I know, chasing that dough, hitting that road, getting that money, man. All I know, loading that foe, kicking down doors, getting that money, man. We gon' make it money. We gon' take it grizzly. We gon' make it money. We gon' take it grizzly.
You are now tuned into the Boxing Bros. I'm Caden. I'm here with my co-host.
What's going on, everybody? It's the Commissioner, Trill Dollar Bill.
And this is G. What's going on?
And it's the TVE. What up, word?
All right, man. I know you saw it last night. We're going to dive right in. Joseph Parker defeated Derek Ward Chisora. And this was after they had a close fight the first time, and many people believe that Derek won. A lot of people believe that Joseph Parker won, so they had to do it again. And this time, we believe that it was more decisive, and there shouldn't be any debate. But then again, this is boxing, so who knows what people saw. I'm going to turn it over to you, Trill Dollar Bill. What was your reaction to the fight?
My reaction is nobody gets beat up like Derek Chisora. You know, he makes getting beat up look good. You know, nah. I'm just being honest. Joseph Parker did what he had to do. You know, and he went in there and he beat him up. That's basically what I saw. He went in there and he beat him up, and the crowd definitely held Derek Chisora up. You know, they definitely
held him down.
And I think that their spirit, you know, kept them motivated. We'll talk about that later. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to say, hey, I respect Del Boy. I respect him. I know, you know, we had a love-hate relationship in the past. You know, we said some things. Well, I said some things. you know, but I respect him. He won me over. You know, he always goes in there and he gives it everything he got. You know, he definitely does. He gives it everything that he got, and you got to respect him, and that's why he won me over. I don't care anything else. You know, respect to Derek Chisora. Joseph Parker, man, amazing. Shout out to Andy Lee. You know, Joseph Parker was in there following the game plan. Sometimes he was, you know, making it a little bit harder than what it should have been, but you know, he was stuck with that jab hitting him. Good job, Joseph Parker. He collected that data from the first fight, and you know, he was able to come back in here and, you know, do his thing. So shout out to Joseph Parker. I thought he won and did a good job.
All right. Conspiracy G is someone who's been really hard on Joseph Parker. He sets unrealistic expectations on Joseph Parker.
Really unrealistic, though.
Often said that Joseph Parker lacks killer instinct, and I'm curious to hear what he has to say right now. Turn it over to Conspiracy G.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I was disappointed, disgusted. I felt like either Joseph Parker was practicing the Loma the Merciful, or this guy just can't finish the show. Like, I'm being honest, Derek Chisora will crumble to the corner like, finish me, please finish me. And Joseph Parker, all scary self, man, he didn't go for the kill. So I don't know. Clearly, Joseph Parker won. Like, Derek, this was horrible. I'm being honest, the best Derek Chisora I actually seen, even though he lost that fight, was the second Dillian White fight. I thought he came in shape. Like, he was ready for all 12. His endurance was good. He just got caught. This new Derek Chisora, man, I'm being honest, he's just here to collect checks. I mean, he did look like he lost some weight, but it didn't help his, I'm telling you, man, his cardio's horrible. His punch placement is horrible. Like, Joseph Parker, the one thing I gave Joseph Parker during that fight, he always, like, he landed punches at the tail end of his punches, so it was like full impact. Chisora was just swinging for anything, man. Like, half them punches was just hitting the trunks. Man, I was just like, come on, Chisora, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, show us that you're a professional. I feel like he just he's great at building a fight, but he's horrible in the ring. It's just like, man, I wasn't. I'm being honest, man. I expected a lot more. I thought there was gonna at least be a knockout, and again, wasn't the case, man. But Yeah, salute to Joseph Parker, man. At least Joseph Parker knows how to land a punch. Derek Chisora, he knows how to take a punch. And that was pretty much the end of the show.
Gee,
With all due respect, though. Hey, listen.
with all due respect.
All due respect. That was a horrible showing from both gentlemen, in my opinion. I was impressed.
What's your beef with Joseph Parker, G?
Yo, he don't know how to. Like, I'm telling you, I was like, I'm willing to give him a pass because I know they're friends. So maybe he didn't want to like really violent. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, maybe he's like what Loma was to Coleman. It was like, do I really want to do you dirty like this? And he's like, you know. But I was like, there was too many times where Joseph Parker literally had the end the show right now. Like I'm telling you, every time Derek gets up, he starts wobbling to the corner and he's just looking at Parker like, come on. I'm like, fam, this is your moment right here. Like, make a statement. He didn't do it. But it is what it is, man. Salute to Joseph Parker, man.
I'm gonna send a salute out to Rico. I saw Rico posted Joseph Parker couldn't finish a sandwich. Ned the TBE.
I agree with G, man. Like what I saw last night was a spectacle. Like Chisora, it looked like all the training he put in last year, the year and a half he put in training when he went up against Usyk and Parker. It was like he was focused. He was he was determined. He came in the ring. Last fight, even when he lost against Joseph Parker, he showed he still had it. He showed he still was aggressive. He still was he could lock in on his punches. He could still take down the target. He could do some damage. Last night it looked disgusting. Like I didn't like what I saw from Chisora at all. It was just he was sloppy with it. He looked washed up. He just didn't look like Del Boy, man. He didn't look like the guy to me, man. He just looked like he just let Joseph have his fun with him. So I was impressed by that fight. I'm not gonna give no props to Joseph Parker because I feel like he could have done so much more. And last night it was just I wasn't hyped up for this fight at all. I wasn't, and I didn't enjoy it at all. So yeah.
I'm gonna start off with the first thing I noticed that let me know that Joseph Parker was gonna be different in this rematch. He changed his intro song. He's been coming out to the Roy Jones "Can't Be Touched" for a long time, and I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like from the moment you come out, like you need to change starting with the intro. He came out to Park, and when he came out to Park, I said, okay, we're in for something different. Now, he's been training and working with Andy Lee, and to me, it showed. His body attack looked a hell of a lot better. He came in 10 pounds heavier, but his body looked better, which shows that he put on more muscle. He was able to handle Derek Chisora better, and he didn't take any steps backward. He was controlling the ring. Like he was taking the center of the ring, and he was dominating. But I actually was impressed with Joseph Parker this fight because I'm comparing it to his last two performances, the one against Chisora and the one against Junior Farr. I was really disappointed with Joseph Parker because I'm thinking this dude is the former heavyweight champion of the world. This is the guy who had the victory over Ruiz. This is the guy who dropped Dillian White. And now I'm looking at him in there with Junior Farr. He's not looking too good. And now I see him in there with Derek Chisora, who many people label and level him off as a gatekeeper, and he's not looking too good. But last night, he showed class. He was able to land perfectly timed punches, particularly the uppercut. He was able to rock Chisora several times. He looked good. He looked like he proved that he's levels above Chisora. I think I scored at 117, 109. That's what you want to see. And you look at Chisora's most recent fights, he gave Usyk a tough time, and you saw Usyk went on to beat Anthony Joshua, and he gave Parker a tough time. So what Parker was able to do against Chisora shouldn't be overlooked. And I think you even brought it up, G. The best you've seen him look was against Dillian White in the second fight, and he was actually up on the scorecards at the time Dillian knocked him out. So what Joseph Parker did last night was actually impressive because he outclassed the dude who had a string of fights where he was performing well, and Joseph Parker outclassed him. So to me, what happened in the first fight was about what Joseph Parker wasn't doing, which was committing himself to training and dedicating himself. And you saw in the second fight that Joseph Parker was just a better fighter. I mean, for me, I saw it in the first fight. Like I said, I scored the first fight for him. People can have the debates all they want, but to me, boxing is boxing. You score boxing based on boxing skill. And like you were pointing out, G, if one guy's landing the shot at the end of their punches and the other guy is just swinging and roughhousing or whatever, I don't score that. And you're not supposed to. Even this time you saw when they were fighting on the inside, it wasn't holding and whatever. They were like, Joseph Parker kept it under control. So I was impressed with Joseph Parker. Now let's get to the elephant in the room. I do believe Joseph Parker carried Derek Ward Chisora to the end. And I'm going to tell you why. Because every time he hurt Derek Chisora, he literally watched him walk to the corner. I watched it like 2 or 3 times. Mm-hmm. He just stood there and watched Derek Chisora walk to the corner. And then he walked over there, and that's when he was like, okay, now I'm going to try to get him out of there. And every single time, watch the tape, he led with a double left hook. Every single time Joseph Parker walked to the corner, every single time Derek Chisora walked to the corner, Joseph Parker got on him and tried to land the left hook. Didn't vary his punches, didn't do anything. It was like Derek Chisora knew, and it was like he was telling him, okay, get yourself ready because I'm going to come at you with a left hook now. And to Joseph Parker's credit, it was a hard left hook, but if he knows it's coming and you didn't try to vary the attack at all. And for me, if you're trying to finish a guy, as soon as he gets up and as soon as the ref says commence, you jump him. Mm-hmm. And if he would have jumped, let's be real. You and I and everyone knows why Chisora was walking to that corner. He didn't have his legs. Mm-hmm. He couldn't defend himself in the center. If he was forced to defend, he needed the ropes to hold him up so he could try to get leverage the winger shot. And Joseph Parker was more than happy to let him do it. And that goes to what Trill said. I do think that their friendship played a role in it. Mm-hmm. He understands Derek Chisora. Joseph Parker got daughters. Derek Chisora has a daughter. Joseph Parker knows he's in the O2 arena. He knows this is how Derek makes his money with the big, meaningless fights. You know what I'm saying? Gatekeeping for all the big. Joseph Parker knows he's on the bigger and better things. He knows this could be the end of the road for Chisora. So if he knocks Chisora out, we're all saying Chisora definitely needs to retire. But if he carries him to the end, we're saying, should Chisora retire? Maybe Chisora gets another one. And I think that played a huge role in why Joseph Parker didn't take out Derek Chisora. And, so for me, it was a great performance by Parker. I believe if Chisora is anyone else, well, maybe with the exception of Tyson Fury, because he seems to have a bromance with Tyson Fury. But if he's any other heavyweight that Joseph Parker doesn't have a friendship with, he would have taken him out several times in that fight.
I totally agree. I feel that too. I think that it definitely was their bromance. He didn't want to hurt him. He didn't want to hurt him at all. You know what I'm saying? He wanted him to be able to go back home to his family. You know what I'm saying? You could just see when he stopped punching when he hurt him, Mm-hmm.
So last week we had Loma the Merciful. This week we got Joseph Parker the Saint. You know what I'm saying?
Like, Saint Parker. Hey, let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. We are just getting started. We are the Boxing Bros.